What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another umamusume video. This video we are on, I guess I'll just say day 6, or the day 6, but I think we have one more day, so, and usually it does only go up to day 6? I will say, you guys are probably wondering what the heck I was looking at, unless you could catch it on this camera, but it's... That whole time I was debating, like, do I start all over or do I not? I think I saw, like, a moth in my room. Obviously, it's dark in my room, so my monitors are tracking it because of the light, so it caught me off guard, and I was like, but that was, well, it might come back because it's the only source of light in my room right now as I look around to see if I can see it. But I don't. So I guess I'm gonna go on with it. But yeah, usually I think it only goes up to day 6. At least that's what I'm aware of for the League of Heroes. So this might actually be the actual day 5. And then tonight would be day 6, so yeah. I think this is just day 5. So with that being said, we are here for day 5 minus the whole moth fly. It was fairly not big, but it was like medium in the size, whatever. Whatever. And we have 5 tickets and we are in Plat 2, sorry. Regardless, if it appears in front of me again, you'll probably just see me like wave my hand or something. But regardless, we're just here to do the League of Heroes, use my 5 tickets, go over the comments as the races are going, and that's pretty much it for the video. So before we do jump into the League of Heroes, the 5 tickets, all the races and stuff in the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle, and then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Request channel on the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, let's just start this. We're not doing any changes in my team because I'm pretty much just stuck with that team. Was my best team and doing well, I'd say, so if I do say so myself. But let's just get this started and get the comments loaded up, and we should be good. So the first comments are gonna be from Nova. First one says, "Oh, yes, the purge." It did happen, just only a couple or a few. There were some question marks, but I decided to see if they'll improve at the end of August, by the end of August, or if they remain the same, then obviously probably most likely get purged, as you would say. Next comment says, "Hey, Leone getting here for the win. Here for the win. If only Measure Ryan can have such a glow up." I don't think Ryan would ever get a glow up. New alt or not. Because obviously we saw with, was it the Valentine's alt? I think it was the Valentine's alt. Still felt the same. Do you think the Thernodian in Arena Sita is overpowered? I mean, it takes 6 versions, and we are still dealing with that. Well, if we think about it, technically wasn't the Thornodian defeated. It's just a lot of outside forces are trying to like resurrect her or something like that. That's at least the impression, or at least from my understanding, that was happening. Because I guess spoilers if it matters. Because from my understanding, in the first or second, no. It was when we saved Cartithia where we learned that the Imperator didn't the Imperator take in the Leviathan, and when Rover defeated Fleur de Lis, that's when it was like dead or something like that. It was along those lines, at least from my understanding. And then all these outside forces just trying to resurrect her or something like that. As in the Praxidus. At least that's what I thought. Because they're trying to also, like, the Dark Tide and all that stuff. When Cristoforo was trying to... He was doing something. I don't know what Scar was there for. Scar was literally just there. And yeah, at least, I don't know. It's a good question. For me, it's more like outside variables are more of a nuisance than the Thornodian itself. More so here than what happened in Huanglong. Because Huanglong, it was just awakening. Scar did try to get in the way, and at the end of the day, it was just, you know what happened. If you remember it. I just feel like the Fraxidus had more of an involvement in... Oh, and what was it, the Order? Whatever Fenrico was. I felt like they were more of a influence rather than the Thornodian itself. That's how I see it. Because we haven't truly gone against the Leviathan itself. Which is more like, is he really overpowered, or he just keeps reappearing and then we just keep ruining plans? Yes? No? I feel like it was just mainly the Fraxidus that was being more of a nuisance. Trying to get the Thornodian involved. But moving on, for Zenless, I'm just gonna farm the money and experience materials. I have nobody to build at the moment, and I'm waiting for leaks to tell me who is coming out after Obel Squad. It's either the idols or Isolde. Well, I'm looking forward to Isolde more than anything. We'll see who they release. I mean, let me see. What even? Where are we on? 2.2? Actually, don't know what we're on right now. Let me see if I could figure that out real quick. Real quick. Yeah, we're gonna be heading into 2.2. So let's see. So, from what I see, people are saying Lucia. She's kind of the one that has a sister outfit or nun outfit. From at least this is what I'm seeing. And I think the idols, as in the Angels of Delusion. So I would yeah, the idols would be the ones. So a share of the sister nun character Lucia and uh I don't know which one specifically from the idol band group, but it might be what it's most likely just 1 out of 3. And then maybe they'll release the other 2 the next 2.4 maybe. So most likely not Isolde, what it sounds like. So you can wait a little longer for Isolde. Regardless, I feel like you still just, if needed, get the card ready for Isolde. I did a Tower of Adversity in Wuwa, and it felt pretty good this time. I'm leaving the middle tower to either Frolova or Augusta, or I guess I could try it once my Forte is up. But the tower with the Glacial Weakness is doable with the Arrow team, and I was genuinely surprised. I wouldn't be. For these side towers, those 2 are generally way easier, so you don't even have to use the weakness. The weakness just makes it stupid easy. Because I do remember for like 2 towers in a row, I mix and match. I mixed up the weaknesses around because I was more favoring the middle than the other 2 because I knew the other 2 would just be easy. You could pretty much say I treat the other 2 like shield defense because they're easier, and then the middle is more like Deadly Assault where I kind of maybe have to play a little bit better. But I'm just hoping that Zenless will probably eventually make a harder one because Deadly Assault, although maybe a little tricky to reach a 20k depending on your team and who you're and how you play. I still feel like it could be a little bit harder. As for the middle tower for the adversity, tower adversity, like I said, I don't feel confident when it comes to me using my Havoc team for some reason. Probably because at that time I prioritized my Carlota team, so Havoc didn't really show up as much. And then after that, the Spectral Frazzle with Zani and Phoebe, and then Arrow Erosion with Cardathea, Chacona, back to Fusion with Lupa and Chun-Li. I can say, besides Electro, Havoc kinda just been taking a back seat. So I can understand why I'm having a harder time with using a Havoc team with Camellia. Because I guess gameplay wise, I don't know, it just feels a little off for me at the moment. Although I did try beating it with the Fusion team, even though the right tower does have Fusion weakness. And by the time it reaches the 3 minutes remaining mark, where if you go under 3 minutes remaining, then you get only 2 stars basically. By the time I hit that point, I have like maybe a quarter of Fleur-de-Lis's health left. And I tried a couple times and it just stays around there. So I'm like, what am I missing here? What am I doing wrong? Because I feel like I can do it, but it's not working. So either I'll just wait for Augusta, hope it works, because obviously he has Electro weakness, or I just tough it out. I did try doing, I think I've mentioned this, I did try to, even though it has increased arrow res, I did try, and honestly, the increased resistance between Zenless and Wuwa, you could definitely feel the difference. because I wasn't doing anything. Or it didn't feel like I was doing much by the time I was like 30 seconds before the 3-minute mark. Or in Zenless, I did have that ice resistance moment and deadly assault and cleared that level low over 20k, so I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. But moving on. Oh no, we're bringing back the Lucky Mustard agenda. I don't see that way now. I swipe means I get what I want. No luck needed. Well, for me to counter that, the reason why it's only sticking with Pretty Derby is because, for example, your Vivlos pulls. I mean, you have over 100k free gems, I assume. Free to play gems. Free to play carrots. So as long as that's there and you're still getting less than, still basically not reaching pity, or not reaching pity for your characters, 40 pulls for Vivlos, I mean, that's still Lucky Mustard-esque, you know? And the fact that you didn't even use your tickets, meaning you still have freer with the freer pulls with the tickets going into, yeah, no. You still have it unless you're minus your paid banner pulls. So that's the big difference in Uma. Any other game, I can care less. But Uma, since you have still a lot of free pulls and all that, and if it's just like any other game, we will use your free currency before you use your paid currency, unless it's a paid banner. Then, yeah, I think it still counts. I think it still counts. So I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going for as long as I can. Next comment says runners are strong in this one. I can't say I'm happy about that. Yeah. As we see all these runners just appear in the front of the final corner. I can say that, but I feel like there's still a heavy bias towards leaders in a way. But it is what it is. I can care less. Union says, I can't say I'm happy about that nitpicking. That sounds like a personal issue, so you deal with that however you choose to. Do you think getting the Plat 4 in League of Heroes is harder than winning Group A finals in the CM? I won the CM 3 times now, I think. Well, seeing that I haven't really done both, and this is the closest that I've gotten to Plat 4 with an extra day. I'm already in Plat 3. Normally I'd be in Plat 2, I think. There's still time for, there's still time for me to completely mess up and not make it a Plat 4, depending on these last few tickets here, how far we get into Plat 3, and how the last 5 tickets will do in the last day. So, personally, I don't know. In League of Heroes, you got to worry about 3 of your Umas, at least 3 of your Umas finishing on their placements. And with the CM, you only got to worry about 1. Right? A part of me, just a part of me, wants to say the CM has been generally just harder versus League of Heroes. At least that's how I've always felt, which is why I'm more chill when it comes to the League of Heroes and a little bit more serious when it comes to the CM. But at the end of the day, I'm here just to get whatever rewards I can get. That's what it is at the end of the day. That's why even though I make it a Group A, there is the goal is still wanting to win, but at the same time, if I don't win, either I get second place in Group A or technically first place in Group B. If I get third place in Group A, then it is what it is. I still got my rewards. It's the same thing for League of Heroes. If I don't make it a Plat 4, oh well, I missed out on one more reward, right? Then at least I still got majority of the rewards anyway. But if I were to pick, I would say Group A should still be harder. It's just unlike someone who has most of the cards or better cards than I do, then it makes sense that you would have an easier time than, say, myself. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Eugen says meta. Noah says first time with Vivlos. Oh, looks like that or Ferv's gonna win. And then Tanoki says Plat 4. Speaking about Tanoki, haven't seen a legitimate comment from him. Just randomly appeared now in a response. Plat 4 is typically easier than Group A. That's what I would have thought. I've usually just thrown whatever at League of Heroes, whether short, dirt, or long. I do think League of Heroes in particular has been tougher, judging from the people I know. And it's probably because Designer Island is quite a equalizing scenario. You can see that. As I read Nova comment, he says the same. He says it as well. I can see that. I just haven't been trying to use meta for League of Heroes in the past, and including this time around. I just find using meta in League of Heroes when you know the goal is to just get into Plat kinda demotivating. If CM is all about trying to get the best out of an Uma, then League of Heroes probably just throwing Umas on your own team that sticks. I find that kind of boring, but easy rocks and rewards nonetheless. But the sense of achievement is not comparable to the CM though. I mean, technically, you don't have to just throw Umas on your team that sticks. I mean, essentially, if you think about it as the CM, it's kind of the same thing. Sure, you're trying to get the best out of one Uma, but still at the same time, you want the best out of all of your Umas, so that at least one of them can cross the first place line. Whereas the League of Heroes, even though it does seem easier in a sense, or just easier in general, thinking about it, you still need to worry about the the best of your Uma. You still got to worry about it because placements do matter. Because you could still get first place, but if your other two Umas completely did bad in their positioning, then the amount of points you get is significantly lessened. So I think it still matters. It's just because of the League of Heroes, we tend to kind of downplay it a little bit, kind of use it more of a... We kind of just fill out more compared to the CM. But I feel like in a way, I guess depending on how you think about it, obviously we kind of just use whoever we use in the League of Heroes. Oh, I guess I do the same thing in the CM pretty much. But I feel like if you were to take the League of Heroes seriously and using slightly better or significantly better Umas, then obviously it would make a difference in reaching to Plat 4 probably more easier than it was before. That's just how I see it. But I do still see CM as being harder, as in Group A. I think it's safe to say for sure if there's 5 more tickets, because I think there is 5 more tickets, we should make it a Plat 4 based on where we are in the points, I guess. Yeah, based on where we are in the points and if there is 5 more tickets. Actually, let me just double check before moving on. I need to see. Today? Oh. Actually. No, I think the League of Heroes ends tonight. Right? Yeah. This whole video, I've been thinking there was another 5 tickets, but I think we just may have barely not made it to Plat 4, unfortunately, but it's cool. This is probably the closest I gotten. I think it does end tonight. Yeah. It should end tonight. So this was most likely my... I could be wrong, but this is most likely the last ticket. And... yeah, this is most likely the last ticket. We shouldn't be able to make it if there isn't any more 5 more tickets. But continuing on with the comments, Eugen responded back to that, to the comment saying, just turbo proud. And then lastly from Nova, so I checked my Pichan stat and she has a 93% crit rate with 258% crit damage. Not even sure how her crit rate is that high. I don't have time to fix her echoes right now though. Well, chances are maybe you have some high crit rate pulls for your substats. Maybe you're using crit rate 4-star echo. And I wouldn't know what her weapon gives. I guess I could check that out. What does her weapon give? It could be crit rate. It does give crit rate. So there's another 24% basically. So I guess you could technically just run if you are running crit rate 4-star echo, then you could probably just swap that to crit damage, get more crit damage out of her. But also still go for obviously crit rate substat just so you can increase it just a little bit more. So not much of an issue. There's nothing wrong with having 93%. It just means you'll crit more often than not having 93%. Other than that, thank you, Nova, for all the comments, and Tanoki Eugen. I believe just those two responding to comment. Appreciate it as always. Next episode. Next comment is from, I think that's the first time I've seen Summer Gold Ship at all, I think. The next comment's from Rick. If you get more tickets today later, I think I'm pretty sure I can get Plat 3. I'm about 600 or 700 points away. I'm not sure about Plat 4. Well, I genuinely think it ends tonight. Just based off me rechecking the time and date. It seems like it does end tonight, so yeah, I don't think I'm making it to Plat 4 as well. It's okay. It's okay. Well, thank you, Rick, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. Next comment is going to be from Rashawn, or comments. Only game I really pre-farm is in HSR when I can. Got nothing much to use stamina on regardless, so might as well. Exactly. That's pretty much what I was saying for myself. It's like, who am I going to pre-farm for? Might as well just farm materials I don't have. That's pretty much it. Next comment says, damn, S+, A+. A+ still higher than my global, though. Well, it will be higher than global. Because I haven't gone past an A. At least for the highest. And then lastly, woohoo, Kita carrying like the goat she is. Well, she did carry a lot. Problem is, it was short. Just a couple more races probably would have made a difference, but it's all good. It was probably the best. Probably. I think there was probably one more time. There was maybe one more time that I probably did better as well, but this is definitely one of those times where I feel like I did better than normal. So thank you, Rashawn, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comment is from Eugen. I will spoil Rick. The Prince of Tennis always win in tournament. I got nothing to say because I haven't. If we're talking about the new Prince of Tennis, especially, I definitely haven't seen it. The last time I saw Prince of Tennis was a while back. A while back. So I guess this does make sense, because if it ends tonight, then there's gonna be that gap between tonight and a whole day, basically, and then another whole day for the extra stage. So I think it should end tonight. The next comment from Eugen says, "Oh no, Turbo Race was simplified. Sag, well, you should know it's a League of Heroes. I'm always gonna pick the short version, so I doesn't matter to me. For the CM, I don't normally even watch it, especially just long distance in general. I'll eventually skip even in the CM. So all I can say is you only train Turbo, and you only usually race Turbo. You have all the Turbo you need in your own screen. So For the League of Heroes update, I tried something a bit different. Day 4, I used a trained new Halloween Rice, which ended up rank UB7. So far, the result, I ended up in Platinum 1 with 20,890 points. So the current performance, UA3 Twin Turbo with 26 out of 115, which is a 22.6 win rate. 93 top 3, UB6 Nekomayano, 53 out of 115, 46.1%. And then 86.1% top 3, UB7 Halloween Rice, 7 out of 30, 23.3 win rate, and 90.7 top 3. For day 5, because you put the for day 5, I swapped back the UA Rice Shower. Then here's the performance after using 6 tickets. Reach Plat 3 with 26,530 points with 6 tickets remaining. For the performance after day 5, for some more numbers, honestly, UA3 Twin Turbo 31 out of 145, 21.4%, and then 93.8 top 3. UB6 Nekomayano 65 140 out of 145, 44.6 win rate, 86.9 top 3. UA Halloween Rice 17.6 out of 60, 28.3% win rate, and 93.3% top 3. Though Nekomayano have a lot of win, but for performance on staying on top 3, Turbo is doing a good performance, which makes me happy. Like I said, you have all the Turbo you need to look at your own screen, so. But anyways, thank you, Eugen, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And the last comment is from Kazuki, unless I refresh now. There's another comment from Nova. But I guess I'll go over Kazuki, then end up finishing Nova's comments. I got another one with the free daily poll again, but this time it's Fine Motion Wedding on my main account. What the heck is happening? Hoping that it will continue up to the 4.5 anniversary. Nova says, Shushu, he is the lucky mustard now. Leave me alone. Nah. 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 He has to be lucky for a year, over a year straight. Can we still talk about that? Has anyone topped that? Sure, he's doing it on the free polls. That does build a lot of credit towards it, but I don't know. Still doesn't add up to you not reaching pity for a long time. Unless it's the support cards, which doesn't count because usually we want to go at least towards pity. So, nah. Sorry, Nova. Like I said, I'm gonna try my hardest to keep this on you. You may say you swipe, but your polls still are gonna be technically the free-to-play carrots, not your paid credits. I'm not mistaken. So, nah. No. And then Kazuki says in his last comment, also, I'm lock and loaded in the half Annie. Got 33k carrots right now. Nice. Then Nova says, got 130k and 60 UMA tickets. I'm ready to. And that's why you're still going to be Lucky Mustard until this takes a heavy hit. The fact that it hasn't taken a heavy hit on a single, maybe on a single banner or a few banners is the reason why I can't let it go. But thank you, Kazuki, for the comments, and Nova for replying. And the last comment, which I think is the last comment, because it's the last one from Nova. Finish a new shield defense. I try to use... Well, that could have been done... I thought that was done earlier, but... I tried to use Panda, but I guess the order of the team is important. You need to have... Burb-chan before Panda... You could see my hesitance on calling her that, because... You know, names, you know... to get his buff, which makes it kind of weird using Fufu as the first slot. Oh, I probably should have let you know that, because that was I already knew that. If you had seen my team composition when I did use Yishuin, I usually do have her in front of the Panda. Probably should have let you know, but at least you figured that out. That's all that matters. But either way, the shield defense, it shouldn't have been that hard at all. It shouldn't have been that hard at all. Let me take one last look at the comments. And looks like that's just global, and we're good. And we are good. There is one comment on my how to get Commander Special Week, and it literally says it's from Biwa_Fumi, and it literally says how I can win, or how can I win. The literal video says how to get Commander Special Week. If you just win, if you had trained your Uma that you brought to the race strong enough, but yeah. Other than that, not really gonna put any real effort in that response, to be quite honest, because if you're losing, that means you probably didn't train your Uma well enough, regardless. But it's just a story. You just have to kind of... I mean, at this point, it could be easier, but you just have to have the skill, though. It's beyond me. But otherwise, thank you, Nova, Eugen, Rick, Rashawn, and Kazuki for the comments, and Hinoki for popping in the responses. Appreciate it as always. And with that being said, let's see, 6. Oh, what I was thinking, but I guess with that being said, that is the end of the League of Heroes, I believe. I believe so. So, looks like we only made it a Plat 3, being under 1,000 short to making it to Plat 4, which is alright. I'm kind of used to just stopping at Plat 3. Kind of like how in the CM, kind of used to just making it to the end and just hoping for the best. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be the end of the League of Heroes and the end of this video, I believe, for the League of Heroes. So if you guys didn't make it this far in the video, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys did for your last tickets. I'm not, like I said, if I'm not mistaken. I made it a Plat 3, and I guess now we jump into the CM, which I guess tomorrow's video, if there aren't any tickets, which like I've been saying multiple times the past like few minutes, most likely will be the Summer Aishin Flash video, just to see how it goes, just to you know, fulfill Nova's requests, pretty much. But after that, pretty much going to focus on the Umas I'm going to train, see how that goes. Obviously, it's medium distance, so we already know majority of the Umas I will be training. Who I will start off with, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I do have medium distance parents. So, if there's anything else you guys do want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined a Discord server, link is also in description. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I am in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Request channel or Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.